You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files Season 3 with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at www.kyxfiles.com. And now, on to our show.
Make sure my beard's good. Okay. Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files.
Ooh, it's that time. Does it come through good when you?
Yeah, it comes through great.
Loud and clear.
I'm just saying, you have a new career in that. What I keep forgetting.
ASMR.
There you go. Thank you. I feel
It's
like
all,
he listens to that a lot.
It's all my master
I
plan
just-
that a certain brand of beer finally, after 20-something years, takes notice and sends me a hat or something. Just saying. Man, I don't know what else I got to do here. I'm like the only guy in Northern Kentucky buying this.
I was buying it for a while. It's just hard to find.
It is.
That actually what I thought you were going to when we left band practice. I was like, oh, he's probably going to Cheers to get himself some beer.
No.
And then you went, I was like, this. You actually had me at a fright. I was like,
I think he's lost.
He's lost.
Yeah. Nah, I had a little trip there. Mother-in-law had a surgery, and we were going up there to take care of her place a little bit, and honestly, just stay out of the storm for a while. Got a little nasty there for a little bit.
That was another thing too. I was like, man, it was really like when I got home, it was windy a buck. Man,
Oh yeah, it got bad. It got real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it got real loud too.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like my dad can't catch a break. We've had windstorms for like weeks on end, and he had a guy come out to do for insurance because the siding kept ripping off the side of the house. And yet again, we had he just had the guy come out. He's waiting on the insurance company to call him back, and we had another windstorm, and there's more siding being ripped off. I was like, just can't catch a break in this world.
We have had high wind events every weekend for what?
Yeah.
2 months now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Did you guys hear about Little Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a look at this guy. That's what. That was what happened in Little Rock just the last couple days. It's absolutely massive.
That is huge because that's like a mile away.
Yeah.
So how wide was it? Is there any estimates on reports?
I'm going to leave that up for a second. Let me see if I can pull that up because I did read something around it. Let's see here. It says, remarkably, dozens of people were injured, but only 5 people lost their life. That sucks, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse. As far as the size of the tornado, I don't even think that they're done estimating, like how much damage it did. If I can get this picture to load up, you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Hopefully this works. Yep, it's gonna load. Cool. So this is a little patch of the devastation.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look in the picture, look through there. I mean, almost no home was untouched. I mean, it's crazy.
Dang.
I saw one picture. I couldn't help but wonder what happened to the guy, but it was a house that it was damn near destroyed. There was like a skeleton of a house standing there and just shit everywhere, trees down, and a flipped over Amazon van that's like flipped over in their front yard. And I'm like, what happened to the Amazon guy? Did he make it? Is he okay? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, for all intents and purposes, let's face it, Amazon does send its people out regardless of what the weather's doing. You know what I mean? So I couldn't help but hope that the Amazon person is okay and, you know, they got home safely, probably really shaken up once they got back out to their van. You know, the boss was probably like, so you're going to complete the route, right? Oh, yeah, here's a better picture. It's like, you're still gonna deliver those, aren't you? I mean, it's like, dude, they're, you know, the packages are from here to Texas now.
That kind of like a FedEx delivered them.
Yeah. I got a bone to pick with FedEx right now.
I think everybody does.
FedEx. Look at that, though. I mean, you can see. I mean, this is a massive storm, and they are getting progressively worse. That is a fact. Like this isn't getting better.
And Tornado Alley is absolutely moving. It's not where it used to be.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to bitch about it when there's, you know, folks out in like Missouri and you know, and all that have been dealing with it for the past couple of decades. But it still kind of sucks because it's like, hey man, you know, we dodged the bullet quite a lot for a long time, but I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, you know, our luck's kind of running out here. Looks like that Kentucky is about to become part of the old Tornado Valley. I think they said that what was it? What night was it? Saturday or was it Friday night? Yeah, it was Friday night. The bad storms came through. 93 tornadoes confirmed during
93
during that entire outbreak. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
What's the record? There was a really big. What was it? It was like around the Dust Bowl time, I think.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll get that information if I can get my split screen operate here. For some reason, doesn't want to function.
It's just crazy, man. I mean, I'm not like trying to turn the whole show into nothing but this, but I mean, everybody you talk to is noticing that the weather is getting progressively worse.
Right.
If you guys recall, we were having tornado warnings all winter also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seems kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, then randomly just have like warm days in the middle of winter.
Yep.
So yeah, like that. That's the recipe for
disaster.
Disaster right there. So, but yeah, that was weird. And I don't know if you've gotten you guys have noticed the last couple years. Just it gets cold. Don't get me wrong, it gets cold, but no snow. Like we haven't really had that much snow as much as we did in the previous years, and it's starting to be weird. Like it's staying cold later.
Yeah.
And we really don't even get a touch of spring. It just literally goes from cold to scorching hot.
Yep. There's an ominous photo for you guys from the other night.
Ooh.
Yeah. Imagine going outside to see that shit coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's close enough. They should be able to hear it too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. People were saying that they'd be in their house and they could hear something coming that sounded like a freight train barreling at them.
So the largest amount of tornadoes in one day was in 2011. It was 216 in a single day.
And like,
Wow.
how big of an area was that? Did it say it spanned across a certain area?
It's not telling me here. It was called a super outbreak.
Wow.
There was 86 F2 and EF2s, 15 F4s and EF4s. 324 people died.
Wow. It says that the Little Rock tornado that I showed you guys pictures of was considered a high-end F3. So it was on the highest spectrum before becoming an F4. And that an unfortunate, this is an unfortunate record, is that Arkansas is one of the only places to ever experience the very dreaded F5. And I think that what was in what the hell was, when it Twister, the movie Twister, when they asked him what's an F5, and he said it's the finger of God.
Yeah.
It's literally
So is
like
that
an eraser that just, yeah.
It's an F. Okay, I know that there's similarities and there's difference. Okay, hurricanes and tornadoes. I know tornadoes happen over land. Hurricanes only happen over water. So an F5, would that be bigger than a hurricane, or is it just as close?
No, it's I mean, there's the only similarity in the two are that they're in a spiral. That's it. There's no, a hurricane is a giant storm
Tropical
system
storm.
that's,
Yeah.
you know, it when it hits your local weather pattern, because a hurricane just kind of barges right in. It's doesn't care what is going on there. It hits, it brings itself with it. It affects all the local weather, and then that tail end whip is what spins off all these tornadoes as it goes. And F5 is so rare. You're talking probably 400 plus miles per hour winds. You know what I mean? Like, this is like something from a different fucking planet is what you're dealing with here. Like, this, it shouldn't happen, but sometimes it does. The only one ever recorded was 1929, April 10th. And it was the only tornado ever ranked as an F5. It looks like, I guess, 336 people died in it.
Good Lord.
It went in a perfect straight line through 2 counties, just vacuuming. I mean, it was just, I mean, what are you going to do? You start getting to the point where your basement was a safe place, and now it's just a nice basket for everything to fall down inside on top of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to a point where it's like, well, I could go jump in a ditch and lay down, but it really doesn't matter because this thing's going to pull the fucking grass out of the ditch when it yanks me out too. You know?
That's actually reminded me of something that happened back when I was a kid. I think I was like 10, 12 or so, maybe a little younger, maybe 9. But I remember, like, because we haven't had like any close, like around here, around our area, we haven't really had that many close like tornadoes, like actual coming down. But when I was younger, like we had a couple that were really scary. Like they were saying that it was good, like we had crazy winds.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this was just me, like just terrified of like what the outcome could have been.
Yeah.
But I remember going on my back porch and we were looking at something, and I remember it was odd. This was at like a 2-story house level. I describe it as a black cloud with lightning in it, and it was at house level, probably 100, 200 feet away from me. I don't know what it was. There was no tornado. I still see it in my head today.
Really? I wonder if that's like something, known. Huh.
Yeah. I still don't know to this day what it was. Like it was like, especially being a kid, I didn't I didn't even know really. Like, I only know that tornadoes were dangerous. It's
Yeah.
kind of like your. I guess my era was the tornado thing. Yours was quicksand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy because seeing one. I don't know. Maybe other people out there who've actually like witnessed one can confirm this one for me. It's like for me, it was a little. I felt the stun. You know what I mean? Wrapping my head around this, that I'm looking at this. Does that make sense to you guys? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, that no way, is that really? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, so this is for real. This is happening. Terrifying.
You know, when the tornadoes came through back in, what was it, 2011? I think the one thing I remember more than anything was how clean the air smelled.
Yeah.
Like after it was over, it was weird.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was really strange. Like going outside, it was just, there was nothing. It just smelled clean, you know?
Yeah.
And that kind of messed with me,
All right.
you know? Because, I mean, you think technically it's just a big ass vacuum that's coming through and
Yeah.
sucking stuff up and throwing it away, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. It was weird because I noticed that yesterday when we left to go out into town, that the air smelled really clean because of I guess the high winds that came through again.
Yeah. Do you guys remember last year when the tornado hit? What was it? Goshen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a weird green hue in the sky from all the dust.
Yeah.
And that green tint was like you could see it from like everywhere. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, man. I don't know, man. Hopefully the people in Arkansas are okay to get through it. I was looking up the recommended safety protocol for if you happen to be unlucky enough to experience an F5 tornado. It says that your number one thing is food supplies. It's like food supplies, first aid.
That makes sense.
That's like number one. They were like that right there greatly improves your chances because if it hits your town, you're not going to be able to go to the grocery store because the grocery store is going to be gone and so is the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're basically wiped back to, clean slate, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's getting worse. Like it seems like everybody needs one of those like tornado shelters, like the ones that are buried underground. So like it would probably be your best bet, like because you're saying your basement was supposed to be your safest place, but
They
if
are
something like
up until a point. I mean,
yeah, up until a point, but like you were saying, it's like when something like that happens, I know that you said that what was it, 1920s that the first F5
that's the only recorded one. Yeah.
that's the only quarter one, but that's over a hundred years now. So
Yeah, I mean, it's due.
it's due.
We're about due. I guess if we're gonna see one, this will be the year, right? I don't know. I used to make jokes all the time that because I used to make a lot of knives and stuff, so my whole basement was set up as this like full on knife shop. I have blades and tools hanging everywhere, and it's like,
So
oh,
it's
there's some bad weather coming, and I'm just looking around like, oh, dude, I'm screwed. Like
so
this
it's basically that
You're in a blender.
Yeah.
that part in Twister. Remember when they go into that barn?
Yeah.
It has all those knives and stuff.
Yeah. Like the worst possible shelter ever.
Yeah. I mean, basements are great until they become an in-ground swimming pool. You know,
Man. Yeah.
that's why the old root cellars were better because it was a mound in the ground that you just went in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I always thought it'd be cool because I got like a embankment here, where it goes up into the forest. I always thought it'd be cool to dig straight in and build something in there and then just kind of cover it up into the hillside,
Yeah.
I always thought that would have been awesome. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
Hopefully this shit calms down, which I don't know if it's going to, but
Mm-hmm.
wish in one hand, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, in other news, we got an email in, and from what I understand, it's supposed to be kind of kept anonymous. So, unless he tells me otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it anonymous for now.
Mhm.
It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. He sent a video clip and he sends an email telling his story. If I could find it, I had it pulled up here. Let's see where it's at here.
It's always hard because we have like 50 million tabs open.
Oh yeah, there's so much stuff. Like, how the hell did I lose this? I was just looking at it. That's the best part of it.
This is the KY intermission. While you're sitting
KY
here
intermission.
while you're sitting here waiting for us to catch up, why don't you visit our website at www.kyxfiles.com? And if you have a story, email us at encounters@kyxfiles.com.
You never
And we'll
know.
get
We
to-
might even be able to find it.
Might be able to find it. Did you
All
find
right.
it?
So
Okay,
yeah.
back to your regular scheduled program.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see here. We got an email here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take you through it. And we got a video that goes with it. You can check out with us too. Here goes. It says, okay, so me and my older buddy are avid fishermen. He's a veteran in his 50s, and I rarely ever get to see him shaken up. We fish a river tournament trail, and we were fishing a tournament in a town, middle of the day, September 10th, 2022. All of a sudden, we turned into this creek to set up and start trying to catch some monsters. And all of a sudden, what sounded like an owl hooted. I felt the boat rock, and I turned to see my buddy in the back of the boat scanning the riverbank, pale. So I asked, dude, WTF? What the fuck is going on with you? And he said, I've never told you the story. So it leads into a story where he was fishing this reservoir or lake or whatever you want to call it, and was on his way back, and some owls hooted at him. But he didn't think anything of it, and he kept going back into the shallow pocket where he knew the bass would be that time of year. The man lives 10 minutes from the place, so he's more than familiar. He then described something odd to me. He said the owl hoots sounded off, not right. They're close, but they're just not right. What kind of owl hoots at you in the middle of the daytime? And I just looked at him in awe and confusion. So he tells me a 30 to 40 foot water maple, still green, nowhere near dead, fell off the ridge, top to his right, about 60 to 80 feet up, and came crashing down. Then another hoot far off towards the ramp, and one towards the ridge top itself. He left in a hurry. So this piqued my interest, and I wanted to experience something close to it myself, other than rock stacks along the bank. Who wants to stack huge rocks on into a tower of fun? I know I don't. I fished this lake many times, mainly in the summer, but I recently started to chase for big bass in the cooler months, which leads to the highlight area of this long-ass email. November 12th, 2022. Just me and him on the lake, not a soul around, dead quiet all day. I think we caught one fish, and we were freezing our asses off testing out a new jet drive motor. Then all of a sudden, from the ramp, we see a truck, and a younger guy gets out. I say younger like I'm not 23. And loads his deer stand up and starts coming to us using a small trolling motor. We're headed to the ramp, so we pass, and I wave, go up to the ramp, put the new bunk boards on the trailer since it's easier to do with the boat off of it, of course. And as we get to the ramp, we see him turn the corner near the area where the incident my buddy had. And under his breath, I hear my buddy say, this guy has no idea whose house he's walking into. And he chuckles. Then all of a sudden, the noise starts, and it shakes the hollow, hitting incredible levels of sound, vibrating in our chests like a subwoofer would. Not like we're standing beside it, but from a short distance. So I break out my phone and hit record. The noise goes on for 10 minutes at least altogether, but the best video pieces I have are shorter. But this noise isn't right. Similar to a coonhound, but I've ran many, but not as loud as this. And the guy in his plastic boat didn't have a dog with him. So we're listening, and all of a sudden, through the woods, we hear it moving at incredible speeds. This noise, it's changing placements. It's coming from by many, many yards every few seconds, like it's just barreling through the woods and the hardwoods and thick brush. We left the guy to fend for himself because we were cold, wet-footed, and you can call it as you see it, too confused and shocked to stay. November 20th, 2022. A buddy went bank fishing alone to the spot and hiked towards the midpoint of the lake. He fished for a bit and then decided he was walking out to snap a few pictures. He caught something that he didn't see, and I didn't see, but his wife saw when they were showing pictures to her. Let's pause and take a look at that. That's the first picture that he sent here. Hold on one second. I'll add that in real quick. If I was a professional, I'd already done it. But I didn't. Let's move on from it. So here's the first picture he sends. And I'll continue. Let's see. He caught something that he didn't see, I didn't see, but his wife saw when he was showing pictures to her. So when we went back to recreate it, it looks like two furry legs of something solid black in front of a log, but behind a small brush pile. I'll circle from the unzoomed and let you do the rest. I know, blob squatch. I just want your opinions, and if it makes it to the show, that's cool. If not, no problem. That's okay. Just happy to talk to somebody about it. Please, if you would, keep our names under wraps. And the area, if I mention the name under wraps too, is a highly populated area during the summer. I just want people to be aware that they might be here. It says here, it did say my video was over 25 megabyte limit to send over email. So yeah, basically his pictures wouldn't come through at first, but we ended up getting them through our Facebook page, which you can do that too if you want to send us stuff. So there's the picture, the first one there, and that's what he didn't notice before. And then the second picture, him and his buddy tried to recreate it, which I actually really like this. I like this. If you see something and you want to give us some scale, you go back to the spot and give us some scale. So just before anybody out there gets all gung-ho, he did this picture on purpose. They went in to the same spot where he saw this, and he sat down to try to give some kind of scale to what is in the picture. So interesting stuff. I'm kind of flipping back and forth here, guys.
I wish he would have taken the scale picture from the same angle.
I was just about to say that too. I wish that too.
What I see in the circle, okay, go to the next picture, is that stump, is the stump behind him.
Okay, so directly behind him?
Directly behind him is a vertical trunk. Okay,
yeah.
That's what it looks like to me in placement.
So I'm going to flip back.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Okay. I'm trying to find the horizontal stump in front of him.
I see the rock. That's what I'm looking at, is the rock.
Yeah, like right below to the left of the circle. That's where I'm thinking that stump or that rock.
Yeah, it's that boulder he's sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. I mean, apparently he says he has more pictures too, so maybe if we could get him to send us some more stuff, this would be interesting. But
I'm having so not to poke fun at this, but what's really blowing my mind in this picture is the Stegosaurus all the way at the back of the lake.
Okay, I am seeing that too. That's funny.
So as soon as you opened it up, I know, okay, what it is he used a green circle instead of a red circle. So my eyes weren't immediately drawn to that,
Yeah.
So, and I'm just looking, I'm like, why does that look like a Stegosaurus back there? What the hell? What the hell is that?
Hold on, I need to blow this up. I don't see what you're talking about.
Yeah, make
to
it
the right.
All the way to the back, right? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
It looks
okay. Okay.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, yeah, I see it too now. Now that you brought it to our attention.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the thing in the green circle is the vertical trunk that looks like it's lopped off or something that's directly behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to see some more pictures from this area.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And,
I'd like to see more photos of it just to enjoy the pictures
The
of it.
the only thing
Yeah.
I would say, like, I want to go back to that picture real quick. The only thing I was saying is like, okay, let's get some kind of scale. Me personally, it does look like it's standing. If there's like really anything there, but it looks like it's between two of the branches that are laying down. When you look at him, he's kneeling, but it's not like so. Roughly, like what would you say, like if it was standing between those two branches in front, like beside that rock? How tall do you think that this thing could be? Like,
uh, I
I'm
just
like,
sent the picture to your Discord.
yeah,
You want to throw it in
yeah.
Photoshop
Well,
and see if you
I
can zoom it
was
all the
I
way
was
in?
just trying to do that, but I can't find it in our messages.
Okay.
And
But
while
okay,
you're
I'll
in
do
there,
that.
bring up that Stegosaurus.
Yeah. Grab the Stegosaurus too.
All right, I'm going to go to this picture again real quick.
Okay.
I wish I could zoom on here. I mean, I got a 65-inch monitor and I can't. I can't
Yeah.
zoom. Yeah, I'll go full screen. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so looks like fella is like almost sitting on that rock, or like half leaned with his leg propped up on something. Like he might be down in a bit of a hole right there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that rock is about waist high. So that puts it like what, 36 inches, 40 inches, something along those lines, depending on the
Yeah.
height of the guy. And then it's hard to tell because I can't get an accurate idea of the distance behind him where that vertical trunk is.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, okay, we'll go for like commercial handrail height, 42 inches, right? We'll say that rock's 42 inches high, almost 4 foot. That would put that log back there in the 8 to 9 foot range.
Okay.
I'm assuming somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a rough guess because it's hard to tell because I can't figure out how far away it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know, it's. I always. There's a couple. I have a couple different what do you call it, approaches to this, especially when in regards to this type of topic, which is the mother of all cryptids. You know. So, well, one side of me goes, well, there's always the pareidolia route. You know, sometimes, especially if you take everything that he described in the story and you play that in succession, say they experience some weird happenings.
Right.
Now you're looking at pictures. You got that in the back of your mind. You heard something weird. You experienced something a little off. Maybe there's gonna anything that's weird might stand out, might stick out in such a way that makes you think that you might see something, you might be experiencing something, or something is watching you, or anything of the sort.
Right.
Okay, let me take.
Well, you just taking some of those shadows out immediately made that look more forestry than.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was. I'm going to drop down the exposure kind of, and it's going with the background.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it up now, like, and it's fading away with the background. So I don't know.
Are you able to get us into the red spectrum?
Let me see if I can find adjustment.
Just where we can get some differentiating shadows and stuff going out of there, and because I know we got there's a lot of trees and there's a lot of stumps, and usually what's going to happen whenever you're looking through, I mean, the guy who wrote it said it, I didn't say it, but when you're looking at a blob squatch picture, one of the problems that you're going to have is that a good blob squatch picture is going to pretty much blend in with the surroundings almost perfectly. But when you take a red spectrum, you start to eliminate a lot of these, different colors that are going to throw your eyes off, and you can just focus on red and black. And then from here we can see if the object in question fades away with the background, which to me, I can't tell. I'm not getting this full whatever, but to me it almost looks like it is fading away with the trees.
Yeah.
Can you change the tone balance to highlights also?
Yeah, give me 1 second. To highlights. Okay, you want that in the red spectrum?
Yeah, let's just take it a little bit farther up there, get a little bit more. You start to see what's happening here is now if you did that to the other picture of the guy, actually, do you want to do it to that picture too, so we can
I
give
can,
some
yeah.
comparison?
Just,
Here,
yeah, if
I'll
you
send
can
you that
throw
one
it to
too.
me.
So I just want the people watching to see what happens when there is a subject in the picture and you start to take away all those colors and just introduce it to the red spectrum. Like if there was a subject in the picture, the red spectrum is going to reveal it. It's going to not fade away like the background. It'll be like the background fades away, and then the last bit of whatever's there is still kind of there before it disappears. So useful trick. And you can thank the human eye because we love red. Red it's so useful to us that we made it the stop sign color because it's hard to miss it.
Look at Tyler. He just turned red.
Oh, I did? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no reason to be embarrassed, buddy. Dude, that's a fun trick. So you could pop on there one day and be like, put a blue tint up, and we could be like, dude, it's Ava Tyler.
Ava Tyler.
Ava Tyler. I love it.
Yeah, and if the person in question, if he's watching and listening to this, please don't feel like we're picking on you here. This is how we look at them. This is how we go into it.
Okay.
And Photoshop is not only great for creating fakes, but it's really good for disproving fakes.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this setup. You guys liking this? Look at that.
I like it.
It's like right there. It's almost as if we're getting better and better by the minute.
And I'm also really appreciating his use of green, neon green for the circle instead of, everybody uses the red circle.
Okay, let me do the midtones the same way.
Okay.
The shadows.
So, this guy's starting to see it or what?
I see that like he's fading away, but you can still see a distinctive outline of the man.
Yeah,
of the person sitting there because of the shadows there.
I think
right by his pit.
Yeah,
I think it'd be more obvious if it wasn't for the bright green circle on his face.
Yeah, but I mean, the idea is that you're taking away, you're basically taking away like obtuse markings and things like that. When and if it's just an illusion of the eye or pareidolia, however you want to call it, then it'll just fade away into the background. Whereas if it's an actual physical subject sitting there, they don't quite fade away. They kind of like I can still see with very much detail his shirt, his arm. You know what I mean? Like it's and yeah, the bright yellow dot is it helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see like the collar line, the shadows in his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like saying like right to the if you're looking at to the right of the picture, kind of where the shadow hits on his armpit. Like the distinctive is like how and the wrinkles in his jacket. So I'm with Gibbs on this. But at farther away, I feel like you lose quality. Farther away, you lose quality, but you'll still get some definition out of it. So
Sure.
I would want to reach out if this guy is actually listening to the show right now. send us the same picture of the same angle. If you can get that kind of angle and have somebody stand there,
Yeah, I'd love
it gives
to see
that
some
like
more of the spot. Yeah,
Well,
you'll
even
see
just another picture of the same location. I mean, if
with
the,
and without something
without,
standing there.
yeah,
yeah, well, I'm saying without, because if he goes back and stands in the exact same spot and takes the same exact picture, and that stump's still there, it's still going to be there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
fauna is going to move around. It's not going to stick around. Flora is there.
yeah,
So that would be interesting. I'd like to see that.
yeah. Now let's see the Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
You muted yourself, buddy.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about that. Oh, where is it?
This, I mean, I know that it's, we're joking about the Stegosaurus, but this is a great example.
Yeah.
This is a really good example.
It's a great example of pareidolia because, I know there's not a Stegosaurus there, but it sure as hell looks like there's one there, doesn't it?
Share screen.
What if he zooms it in and it's the most detailed Stegosaurus?
It's like something off of an old gas station from out west.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it's just crazy detailed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in. You're seeing this real time.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I feel like I got too pixelated there.
What does they say in the movies? Zoom in and enhance.
Enhance. Yeah.
I feel like that's not right. That's not correct. You can't do that. You can't add anything that's not there.
Yeah. If he smoothed it, we'd just lose detail.
Yeah.
But
Okay, adjustment.
it's a good example. Yeah. And now we can try to decide if there actually is a Stegosaurus there, which my money is there probably isn't. But
it's in the foreground.
Yeah. Whatever that is an actual physical object sitting there.
Yep.
So it's probably not a stego, but if it was.
Now it's way too far away now to get any much. Now it's just blending into the background because of how far away it is.
Yeah.
How crazy would it be if we did this to a picture one day and then just boom, there's some weird cryptids outline in the woods that we didn't see while we were messing with the picture?
That's how I feel like that's how things go nowadays.
Yeah.
Like people don't see stuff like right off the bat. Like they'll see it months or years down the road. And yeah.
I used to do it. And my wife's has the farm YouTube channel she used to mess with all the time. And every one of her thumbnails, I used to hide a Bigfoot in it. And it was always the one that's like laying there with the raccoon covering up his his junk area. And I would hide it in every single thumbnail. And it had nothing to do with anything. I just,
Let's play with this picture a little bit more. Let's
Okay.
Let's put some exposure. Let's put a little bit of exposure into it, and then take some shadow away. Put some highlighter, brighten the picture up a little bit.
Okay. Before I do that, do you want me to zoom into that area or leave the picture to fit to the screen?
Leave it to fit to the screen. That way the details stay.
Okay. Okay. You want to raise the exposure?
Just a little bit, yeah. Let's give it a little exposure. All right. That's plenty. And then
Offset.
Yeah, put a little. I'm not sure what offset does. What does it do?
It kind of get like it's like the white, maybe the white balance. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've used this kind of tool because you see, if I go too far to the white, it brings out the white. If I go too far to the right, it'll kind of give more of the darker areas.
It kind of works like a contrast.
Yeah.
All right, bring that up just a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. By all means, if there's anybody that listens to the show that knows how to use this Photoshop a little bit better than I do, but I'm just saying I'm having a hard time with going through what we have. But like, there's sometimes we've done, like, I know we did it with on one of our midweek mysteries with Robert Judd, his
Yeah,
that face
Yeah.
that was in the trees, and it actually
that one
showed
still
definition.
messes with me. Like
So
even
like,
even now when I think about that one, it still kind of messes with me because nothing against Robert, but I
yeah,
expected the face to fade away in the background, and it just didn't.
yeah,
And then when I blew up the video and I was playing it back frame by frame and I saw the movement in it, it gave me this weird feeling because I mean I know, dude, I'm not like whatever, I'm not throwing my hat in with anything here, but it was so still that it was weird to me.
Yeah.
Like even looking at Todd Standing's horse shit, like you see the face sitting there and it's like, it's moving
it,
like they stuck it in the ground and the wind's blowing it a little bit. This was like the leaves move and this thing goes, and it was like organic feeling, and it gave me the weirdest feeling when I watched it.
hold on, let me see if I can bring up that video.
So I was like, that's why I said on that episode, like either you have a Sasquatch here or there's a guy out there in a really good suit, and I would actually be more afraid of him because he's clearly a psycho. If he can like sit there and become that still, yet organically so, that freaks me out. Like that's not right. You know, I can't do it. You know,
Okay.
but I could totally see like if you pulled this picture out and you were looking at it, like, oh look, it looks like something's standing there. I can see that. Like I could see
Yeah.
that scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and obviously the place has some weird activity anyway that people have noticed. So I don't know. It's weird. I got a video too. You can dig into sent from this same guy.
I would love to know. See, I know he wants to keep everything silent, but
Yeah.
it would be nice to have the location because he also mentions in the email that there's it's a very populated place
Yeah.
at times. So I'm wondering if anybody else has noticed anything,
I don't know. Yeah.
or if it's just one of those places that when it's not populated, it gets spooky. You ever been somewhere like that where it's like when it's
Yes.
empty, it's spooky as hell, but when it's packed full of people, it's like whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I know what you mean there. Like there is that where it's like it's so isolated that you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I got the video here that he sent. If you guys want to check it out,
Yeah.
it's
Let's dig in.
He says he thought it sounded like a coonhound, also, but I guess there was something that just was off about it. I got the one that you sent, Josh, that we can try to compare to.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Yeah, my immediate reaction was some sort of hunting dog.
yeah. All right, so here it goes.
It's moving way too fast.
I think I get where they're coming from with the actual loudness of it. If that's a dog, he's got a hell of a set of lungs.
No, it's got a lot of cloud cover. It doesn't take that much to carry volume very far when there's a lot of cloud cover.
Okay.
Don't move that fast.
I can see that there's a lot of things I can tell just by the frame that we're looking at right now. I can tell the brand of the boat. So yeah,
that appears to be a man-made landing too.
Yeah. So here's the sound of a basset hound howling. Possibly the wrong kind of howl.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like maybe a coon hound, maybe, or it's I mean, it just sounds so much like a hound baying.
Yeah.
What's that large breed of beagle? It's not a beagle, but it looks like a beagle.
Yeah. I was thinking a comparison here, the kind of the aggressive intro to the howl there, you know. It's pretty close. I mean, obviously, this guy sounds like he's howling for something he wants, and this one here is howling for something it's trying to get.
Yeah.
But I mean, frequency range seems pretty similar. Yeah. Look, I can play them both at the same time.
It does sound like a call and report, doesn't it?
Yeah. I would almost wager that in the video we're dealing with a smaller dog.
I'm thinking it's taller, but not as heavy.
Yeah. I don't know, but they said that they even thought that it sounded like a dog. They just said that it seemed off. I don't know. A not dog,
Well,
if you will.
Here's the like, if you guys want me to share this, I got that video of our old yeah. I'll shut up. Where is it? Oh, what's this? Just do that.
I think I got the animal.
Ah!
I think it's a coon, a blue tick.
Blue tick?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. You guys seeing that?
Yeah. Wow, this
Like
is like forever ago.
Yeah.
Man, look at how much younger we were.
But like, I feel like this is what we were talking about, like when we were dealing with the other pictures. It's like like the differences, like going back from different colors, the details in the face, and like that one, like it did this picture, and we're not saying like nothing against anybody that sends us and stuff. Since we wasn't there, I can't say definitively that we believe what's this is in, like, but it actually is compelling. But like, we don't know if this was placed there or like
It's a lot of variables.
like a lot of variables. If we were there with him, that'd have been different. Because I hate to say it, we've been doing this show for so long now. I know we're still in its infant stage, but we've been doing it for a while now. If we go out on an expedition and we physically see something, I'm going to go to investigate. I might get my ass kicked, but I want to know. I really want to get that proof to you guys out there that I need that proof.
And
Yeah, see,
I'll be right there, staying behind, recording
Yeah,
what I see happen. Yeah.
and I'm going to go ahead and say exactly what I said 2 years ago when we saw this. The lips and the eyebrows are over top of the tree. It's pareidolia.
Yeah.
I see the face. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I told you it looks like a one of those cymbal monkeys wearing a black ball cap backwards, and look at it and tell me it doesn't look like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The lip is over the tree, the eyebrows over the tree. I stand by saying I believe that one is pareidolia.
Yeah.
Um,
I watched.
in the private chat, I sent the blue tick hound bang. If you wanted to listen to that, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. It's not the first bay she hits, but like the second one when she's under the steps. It sounds remarkably like our, because I was listening to it in my head.
Yeah.
I was listening to it in my headphones on the computer while I was listening to what you were playing on the show simultaneously.
I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to the show so we can play it. Yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting, but my son just sent me an interesting link where it was let me see if I can pull it up and I'll share it with you guys. It's actually a really good video. You guys ever heard of Corridor Crew?
No.
Okay, so these guys they're VFX artists.
Oh yeah, I do know them. Yeah.
Okay, so they did a video a while back where
they sit on a couch upstairs in a loft.
Yes. And, they pretty much watched some of the best Bigfoot footage that's been shown, and they tore it apart pretty quickly.
Yeah,
it was a really good video. I actually enjoyed it. I can't get this to load for some reason.
I love when they do the bear chase videos. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
They tear down a whole bunch of like TikTok and YouTube bear chase videos, and there's one that you think is fake, isn't.
Really?
But their assumption is it's a pet bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, I can't get the blue tick to load, but I just played it and listened to it. It's close enough for me, to be honest. Like I could accept that.
I wonder if I can get it to play to where we can hear it.
I think you can do the shared screen like I was doing, but you would have to.
Yeah, but we might
your whole.
We might catch a naughty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what I can do is, seeing as I'm in a big ass music studio.
No, use the monitors.
Yeah, so if you guys go radio silent so that your voices don't echo through the speakers.
Going silent.
I'll play this right now. So that's
yeah, close enough for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get those monitors unplugged before we get some nasty feedback.
So all I keep thinking though is these guys, they seem very, very they seem sincere as far as experiencing weird things, you know.
And they even sounded sincere in the video. They sounded creeped out. You know?
There's a lot going on there, but I do think that there's a element of, if you're already freaked out, everything is a threat.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd love to have more to work on with this.
Well, like we are. Oh, sorry. I was just going to make a joke. My bad.
I was going to say, go for it, please.
Nope. You. Nope.
I was going to say, as far as like the auditory response about how loud it was.
Yeah.
You know, Denny, you've played live shows, and you know how much louder the venue is when you're an outdoor venue and there's a heavy cloud cover.
Yeah.
So when we did that show up in Ohio, we did it every year for I was there every year for 8 or 9 years, something like maybe 10. And it, without fail, if it was heavy cloud cover, the cops were called because you could hear us 9-10 miles away.
Yeah.
When the cloud cover wasn't there, the sound didn't stay down as low. It
Yeah.
kind of went up,
Hey,
I didn't know
mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
to me.
I notice
That's acceptable. Like I get it.
I notice it with a certain event center that's relatively close to me, 2 of them actually. And both events that they do can be somewhat loud. One is mechanically loud, and the other one is people loud.
Yeah.
And if it's cloud cover, it's a lot louder in the house. Like sitting
yeah.
on the couch, I can hear the people yelling, or I can hear the machines.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. What was your joke, Tyler?
Oh no, like he was saying, like these guys sound sincere, and when you're scared, everything's a threat. And I kind of established that, like when I'm scared in darkness, if grandma's around, I'm hitting her.
Right.
Just if she makes a noise, I'm hitting her. Like
Yep.
I'm sorry, grandma. So, yeah,
Grandmas
that's all-
beware out there.
Grandmas beware.
Grandmas beware.
Don't spook Tyler in the dark. You're getting uppercut.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have for this week, man. On this, hopefully he gets back to us. Maybe sends us some more stuff. I'd like to keep digging. I mean, I know. I've had a couple questions as to you guys, man. One guy in particular listens to us every week. He said, "Man, you guys, season 3, man, you guys really like you're barely touching Bigfoot, man. What's going on?" Hey, look, when new stuff comes up, check it out. But what's the point of rehashing stuff over and over again and getting nowhere? You know what I mean?
Right.
There's so much more stuff going on out there. When new Bigfoot stuff, like this is potentially a Bigfootish thing here. When it comes up, hey, let's dig in. If not, there's other stuff to take a look at. So it isn't so much that we're boycotting Bigfoot. It's just that it's a challenging subject.
Yeah.
There's a
Right.
lot of disinformation, about 98% of it, I'd say. And it's a little frustrating, So, plus, I mean, you got like the UFO thing, the UFOs. There's so much stuff. Incredible,
Kind of a segue, but if we don't want to get into it right now, I know we wanted to talk. Gibbs wanted to talk about it last episode. We never got into it. Has to do with crops
Oh yeah.
and a shape.
Yep.
I didn't know if we wanted to bring it up now. I didn't know how much you had. If you wanted to throw it out there,
I'd say let's save that for Thursday,
All right.
because we're already an hour 1 in, and
All right.
yeah.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
something to look forward to.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we'll see you guys Thursday and talk about this mysterious topic. What could it be? You guys out there, take care of each other and take care of yourselves, and keep an eye on us. Make sure that we don't do anything too dumb. Good luck with that one.
See you guys.
unto